Swinger's Guide in the Post-COVID World.
Okay, so I put some feelers out there, questions. I've gotten some response, and I want to talk about them. Yeah, this is Swinger's Guide post-COVID. Now, the COVID virus and pandemic has caused a huge amount of problems in our social scene, and it has affected the swinging lifestyle. Now, we have some groups with thousands of people and thousands of couples, and what I've learned lately is there's a great deal of people who are new to the lifestyle now. Post-COVID, they started coming out of their social shells and started realizing the differences in society and how they felt was true, and they started questioning whether they wanted to try the swinging lifestyle. Now, that being said, there are a lot of what they call newbies. Now, newbies means a couple that haven't tried it before or are just entertaining the idea, and then they're looking for helpful hints on how to do it. Now, the first thing to think about is the previous times. It was the swinging lifestyle was couples got together and they swung, and there were parties, house parties. It wasn't so commercialized. It was basically just something that couples did, and they became friends. And they had family safe parties where couples would bring their kids, and they'd all have barbecues. No sex was mentioned. It was a lifestyle. It was a fun activity. So that's how it was. And then it's more and more become commercial. There's more and more companies doing these giant parties, and there's cruise ships, and there's other activities that have gotten away from it being just something that couples did. Now, that happened before COVID, but it's even like huger now because people found out during COVID lockdown that they could promote these ideas. And so the amount of women trying to sell pictures of their body or sell relationships like texting and stuff, sexting and all that stuff is increased exponentially too. So that's because they lost their job as a waitress and they decided, what else can I do? And I'm pretty, so I might as well try and make some money. So that has increased. Now, the original idea of it being a bunch of couples getting together and having social scenes and having friends with benefits and being more liberal in their sexuality and their relationships, being polyamory or being non-monogamous ethically, all those have changed. And the lifestyle needs to get back to that. And it gets more and more difficult to find couples that are, not newbies, because they tend to have a lot of issues as far as their own relationship problems that haven't been worked out. Because once you start it the first time, second time, third time, those things are learning experiences for you and for your mate. And so that's real changes in the post-COVID world. Now, there's post-COVID changes in employment, and employers aren't getting it. There's post-COVID changes in the lifestyle, and there's post-COVID changes in churches. Kids aren't going anymore, are pretty much not going anymore. So, there's a lot of changes to our society that aren't really addressed in the post-COVID world. But I will say that there are post-COVID differences in the lifestyle. It used to be far more of a lifestyle that was fun, far more of a lifestyle that was easygoing and active by those that were in it, and it's not anymore. And so I was asked about this, and I had some conversations both ways. And so, the frustration now, the couples now, is that they're trying to find these couples that are full swap, for example, or have their set of rules match, and that's more and more difficult. So you can pay for these sites, and then you get. We're on this site, and it's like I get 50 single males a day. Well, we don't want single males. We're getting 50 single males doing everything they can. Then of those, we get all these couples, supposed couples, turned out to be what's called a catfish, or somebody pretending to be something else. Like men will pretend to be women, women will pretend to be men. They're called a catfish. Well, they're catfish couples, and those couples are not real couples. They're single guys. Well, my wife can't make it. Now, I've had instances where I could do something, but my wife couldn't. And if my wife is free to do something, I couldn't. And so we'd have those emails, but we really are a couple. And so they're finding a huge amount of those websites. Some have like millions of people, supposedly millions of people in them, and the couples are fake. And that's very frustrating. I talked to a guy for a month or two. We had text messages back and forth. He turned out to be fake, a catfish. His wife didn't exist, or she was not in the lifestyle. And then another guy, just recently, I talked to for a while, but I know he was a catfish. You could tell by the way he was talking. So I understand the frustration. There are couples out there. There are real couples out there. And you can email me at dgminsights@gmail.com if you want to talk about it some more, or try and maybe form some couples groups. The other thing is that swinging couples tend to be about between 4 and 8% of the general population of couples. Now that's millions of people. That's millions of couples. That's millions of males. It's millions of females. Now that's a lot of people when you think about it. Well, maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands. No, it'd be millions. But you think of the math, and it's increasing. You can see that it's increasing. There are some studies that are saying swinging is increasing, but they're only getting to the newbie stage. They're only getting to the fact that they can't find any real couples. So that is one of the post-COVID problems. Is the outpour of people is not what most swinging couples are looking for. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching.